What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and we need to talk about BBIG stock today, Vinco Ventures, ticker symbol BBIG, because this stock is experiencing a bit of a dip right now. A lot of people are getting scared. We need to break it down. What's going on? First of all, let's take a look at the 30-day chart and just see what has been happening with this stock so we can kind of understand why we're experiencing a bit of a dip right now. So first of all, if you look at the all-time highs that we've been able to reach of $12.49, we have since been kind of crashing since then, right? We experienced a massive downward spike all the way down to $4.77 before rebounding a bit, right? Now we've been able to make our way back into this $8 to $9 range. Now, for the past couple of days, we have been trading there. Right now, we're currently testing the $8 level. If you look at that on the 1-minute chart, you can see that we are slightly dipping below the $8 level. That doesn't mean that we're going to hold below $8. It doesn't mean that we're going to stay below. Oftentimes, you will see instances, if you look back at the past 30 days, where you test these support levels and you actually, do break below them before breaking back above and, potentially, moving back up. But eventually, in this case, it ended up moving down. However, that may not be the case this time, because if you look at the 1 minute, you can see that while we are breaking down, this isn't necessarily the longest time frame, right? If you actually look at what's been going on bar by bar on this 30-minute time frame, and you see that we have been holding below only for just about 10 minutes, right? We're not actually down that long. You see this first bar has a massive red wick that we've been able to break up above. And, it's very possible that this bar, when it's finished, right, when this 30-minute time session is closed in the next 14 minutes, that we will be above $8. Now, it's not guaranteed. It's not for sure. But there are a lot of catalysts that are going to be likely moving us up, or so a lot of people think. So let's take a look. First of all, I will explain why, potentially we're seeing a bit of a decline today, right? Shorts seem to be back up to their old antics. Obviously, if you look at the long term, shorts have just been pushing us down and down. You can see this yellow line, which is short interest as a percentage of the free float overlaid on the price. You can see that shorts have basically just been increasing their positions over time as much as they possibly can. And that's even going on today. You can see that we're up short interest wise 2.37%. And then that brings us to a short interest percentage of the free float of 25%. So you can see, though, that we are running out of shares to short. There are basically no shares to short left. If you look at the utilization rate, it's at 99.98%. That means that 99.98% of the shares available to lend, which is how shorts end up shorting shares, they borrow lendable shares. Those are all almost lent out. So there's basically no shortable shares left. Now, that means that shorts aren't really able to push this thing down as much as they would like, right? They're struggling, you can see, to get it to stay below $8. I think that, retail is likely going to come in, swoop this thing up. It's not guaranteed, but there are a lot of catalysts that we're about to talk about that could be moving this thing up, especially this week, right? This Friday, the 22nd of October, is when the record date for the TYDE spinoff dividend is, right? October 22nd is the record date for the TYDE spinoff dividend. And this is basically a spinoff company, right? If you own BBIG shares, I believe the way it works is, at that time, if you own those shares on October 22nd, then you will get a set amount of shares of this new company called TYDE, TYDE, for every share that you own. I'm not sure what the allocation per share is, right? How many shares of TYDE you'll get per share of BBIG. That's yet to be determined, I believe. But it will be interesting to see if we see a massive buy-up of these shares before then, right? Because if you're owning these shares on the 22nd, which is in just a couple of days, it's this right here. So, potentially a lot of people are going to want to own this company right before then. They're going to be buying up this stock, and that could lead to a big rebound in price. And this little dip that we're experiencing may actually be what sets this rebound in motion, right? We may be dipping below 8 so that we can buoy up above it in a big way, maybe break above 9. We'll have to break this 870 resistance level first, but obviously there is a lot of potential buying pressure for this stock in combination. If you look at the options activity, you can see that there are a lot of open interest call options for a bunch of the future strike dates, right, that we may be reaching. You can see that just at $8, which we have just broken below, there are 10,000 open interest call options. Now, obviously, shorts, people who are selling those call options want this thing to stay below 8. Likely, shorts who are shorting this thing just the normal way, right, just by selling shares, are likely shorting this thing by selling call options as well. Oftentimes, they'll double up their positions that way because they believe the thing is going down. They may as well make money on both ends. And especially, more recently, a lot of shorts have probably been selling call options because there are no shares left to short. If you look at the utilization rate, it's at 99.98%. There's basically nothing left to short, so they may as well move into the options where you can basically sell unlimited numbers of these call options and build up a big bearish position that way. Now, this could come back to bite them, right? Because if the price starts moving up on this TYDE spin-off dividend news, if a lot of people start buying this stock up, then these shorts may actually be caught with their pants down, right? They're shorting all of these call options right now, selling them, likely naked selling them, right? They're not probably buying up the shares as collateral to hold in case this thing ends up moving to the upside, right? They may have to start doing that as this thing does move to the upside if they start to get gamma squeezed, because there are very many open interest call options: $10,000 to $8, $15,000 to $8.5, $16,000 at $9, and the list just goes on. $22,000 at $10. And all the way until you get 12,000 at 24. Now, obviously, 24 would be a long shot for this stock over the next 3 days. It's not impossible. We've seen crazier things in the stock market. Very possible, but also not the most likely scenario, right? I would expect more of a 10 to 20 to maybe 30 or 40% increase in price at the most, right? Just over the course of the next couple of days. It's possible we could see greater than that, right? Maybe we'll make new highs. Maybe we'll break past 1250, but that would be a long shot, right? There's a lot of resistance in between us and there, and shorts would likely try something, right? There are other means that institutions have to push things down artificially to manipulate the price. They can spread propaganda, do all kinds of stuff to negatively impact the price of a stock. Obviously, that's what's been going on as of late, right? They pushed it all the way down from $12.50 to $4. So there has been a lot of manipulation with this stock already, and it's not impossible to see more of that, right? Institutions are savvy. They know how to do they know how to push things down when they need to. So that's something to watch out for, right? However, as long as retail holds strong, if there is a bunch of increase in retail activity on this stock, and you can see that there likely is, you can see just from the Google Trends data, it could be tough for institutions to play out the situation how they want it to, right? First of all, you can see that a lot of new people are getting interested in this stock. And the more people who get involved in the stock, the tougher it will be for those institutions to manipulate the price, because the buying pressure that they have, the buying power that they have, the money that they can allocate to this trade is going to be less in terms of like a percentage allocation of like how much money is flowing through BBIG, right? If a ton of new people are buying up shares of BBIG and shorts are trying to push it down with a certain amount of capital, that capital is going to be far less effective if the number of people involved in BBIG are much greater, because that will mean much more capital is acting as buying power, right? So what we can see on Google Trends is actually very bullish, right? A lot of people are searching for BBIG. Even this hour, 10 a.m., a ton more people are searching than were yesterday. We have a ranking of 80 today, and the highest we got yesterday was 72. So already, it's not even the end of the day. We have a ton more people searching for BBIG stock. However, I will mention that we have fallen out of favor a bit on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. You have to scroll all the way down to 28 to find Vinco Ventures. We're down 21 spots today, down 47% mention-wise over the past 24 hours. Not great to see on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. People have somewhat forsaken this stock. I don't know why, especially as we did just make this big rebound in price. Obviously, we are dropping a bit today. We're making new lows on the day of 782. Not great to see. It's not impossible to rebound above $8, though. Institutions certainly don't want us to. They're going to do everything in their power to keep us below 8, because they are happy as clams when these open interest call options become out of the money, right? They've likely sold these. They want these to stay out of the money, and they are very happy that these almost 11,000 open interest call options at the $8 strike price are now out of the money, as well as the 850 ones, right? The 850 ones were in the money yesterday. Now those are out of the money as well. So that's potentially a lot of selling pressure, right? If institutions were holding those holding shares as collateral for those call options, they may now be dumping those into the market. Now on StockTwits, though, you can see, as opposed to Reddit and Wall Street Bets, BBIG is holding up fairly well at spot number 3. Even though we're down today, it's still one of the top 3 most discussed stocks, right under AMC and Prague stock, which it actually just traded with Prague stock. Earlier today, I was looking, Prague was below BBIG. Prague might be taking away a little bit of BBIG's attention. If you look at Prague, a lot of people have been getting interested in this, and you can see a nice bounce off of 3, which could act as a good buying point for a lot of people. Obviously, it did right there. You saw a nice bounce, but we're here to talk about BBIG. So that's pretty much what I have for you today, right? Obviously, this is going to be a tough play. However, if you are interested in that TYDE spin-off dividend, then you have to hold this thing on the 22nd, because that's the record date. And a lot of people may be buying up the day before. They may be buying up on the 22nd to get shares of TYDE when it does come out. They might be interested in doing that because it really is almost like free money, right? So that's what I have for you guys on BBIG today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, Remember to trade safely, guys. Do not put all your money in one play. I don't think that's a good idea. Obviously, that's not financial advice. You can do whatever you want. I just don't think it's a good idea to put all your money in one play. I think it's a great idea to have different amounts of capital allocated to different plays. Just a little word of advice, not financial advice, just my personal opinion. But other than that, guys, have a great day. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.